I will say, as a charter commissioner, we did start off with rocky start. I mean, that's one of the things you see in the commercials. But democracy is messy. But if you look at what we came up with, if you actually read the document, I think the unfortunate thing is that these commercials, they really rely on a sort of a mind control where they're just giving you the drumbeat, the same slogan. They just tell you over and over without any details behind it. Read the document. I encourage folk on this to go to our Facebook page. Make sure that you read that. Vote yes on Proposal P, the Facebook page. We've got a website, yesonpeoplescharter.com. Make sure that you understand exactly what's in this charter. Just a couple of quick points about it. Things we're very, very excited about. 600 million Detroiters, $600 million was overcharged for Detroiters in property taxes. 92%, get this, 92% of Detroiters paid too much in property tax. They averaged $3,800 a year. Now, unfortunately, the response, it started since 2008, so it's not about just any particular administration. This has been going on for, more than 13 years. It was stopped in 2017 when the state did a required reappraisal. But, and even then, after that, there's some argument that they're still too high, which I believe. But the response has been, well, we're sorry that we've been overtaxed, but we can't give you the money back. We're going to give you half off on a vacant property. Tens of thousands of people lost their homes because they were charged too much. If you look at what they paid and what they actually should have been paid, what they were charged, what they actually paid, had they just been charged what they actually paid, they would have been in their homes today. But because they were charged too much, they lost their home. So the city's response was, well, we'll just give you half off on a vacant home. Well, if I had the thousands of dollars laying around to buy a vacant home, I would have just took that and given you the taxes and kept my current home. So what we do in the charter is we give people their money back. We give property taxpayers, we make them whole. We don't do it by writing a check. We were responsible fiscally. So we say that if you, go to the March Board of Review, you present information about your overcharge, and you get future tax credits so that your property tax bills in future years are reduced by up to $1,000 a year. Very, very important for us to have some integrity in the property tax collection system, as well as making sure that there's an incentive to stay in Detroit. We still have a scenario where particularly African Americans are leaving Detroit. So this is an incentive where I know if I'm going to get some money back that I paid too much in the past, I'm going to keep my home and I'm going to make sure to remain a property taxpayer. So that's one provision. It's been talked about. This charter, I think, in historic levels, infuses citizenry into government. If you think about how citizens participate in government currently, it's you voted every 4 years, and if you have a real gripe, you go down to city council, you get your little card, and you hope to spend 2 minutes to talk to them about whatever it is you have a gripe about. And that's it. That's your basis of political participation. Unless you know someone in city council, you go to talk to them and they tell you what they may want to do. Well, what we do is we create volunteer commissions, not charging. That these people are going to sit on these commissions for free with different levels, such as immigration, disability activism, and advocacy. The professor just talked about broadband. How do we get broadband, public broadband in the city of Detroit? Reparations, a reparations task force, small business council. We create volunteer commissions so that citizens can sit on these commissions. Not that they're taking over government. The elected leaders still have the right to make the final decisions, but these citizens sit on government. They study the issues. They look at best practices across the country. They look at grant funding opportunities. Right now, there's urban dollars that could be used for public broadband. And then they present those recommendations to the city of Detroit. This is the concept. Ask not what your city can do for you, but what you can do for your city. This is how we get citizens involved, by getting them literally on the ground, coming up with ideas, presenting them to government leaders. That's what we're so excited about. And that's one, if you just look at across the charter, that the many different commissions and task forces that we have, that we put in there, that's one of the things I'm most proud about.